Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You'll never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's got the key ingredient, it's belief. They'll deceive with the negativity.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Sports Report Podcast. I'm your host, Mr. William D. Morgan. Man down tonight. Dan's not here. He had some Walmart and trailer park business to take care of. Nikki had to do some store stock or something. I don't know what he's doing. Might be taking some inventory. I don't know what he's doing. You know, he might be getting high there in the cornfield for all we know. But hopefully Dan will be back with us next week. I'm just kidding around. Y'all know Dan's my brother. I'm just kidding with Dan. But then again, you never know with Dan, man. You never know. Got a lot to talk about this week. Got a lot of baseball I want to cover. Cover baseball playoffs. Gonna talk about my New Orleans Saints for a quick minute, choking another game away. Yo, I need to have a heartfelt conversation with everybody out there. The New Orleans Saints is not a good football team. Offensive line is terrible. And if you go back and look at it, you look at Derek Carr, you look at Andy Dalton when he was in Cincinnati, go back and look at their stats. At their best, in their prime, they're basically the same person. Basically the same person. Offensive coordinator doesn't help when he's not throwing the ball downfield when you should be. And being and as a head coach, and I've said this before on this show, as a head coach, you're supposed to be a leader of men. And Dennis Allen is not a leader of men. Saints are middle of the road football team. They'll beat Jacksonville. They'll be going to be fired up. The veterans are going to be ready to go. They'll get that win against Jacksonville. Between there's a small chance that Trevor Lawrence is not playing. They'll beat Jacksonville, but watch them lose the Indy in the next game. That's what they do. In the famous words of Paul Abdul, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. That's the whole life of the New Orleans Saints. All right, let me bring my brother from another mother in. This gentleman has forgotten more baseball than I will ever know. He's going to get you caught up on everything that's going on in MLB. Bring my man 7 in 7. What's up?
What's happening?
Chill.
You're good to be using professional equipment.
Yes.
It's
we're using professional equipment tonight.
We can finally deliver the quality that we strive for here on Sports Report.
Bruh.
And
There you go.
I get to control some buttons too.
Yes, you get to control some buttons. Aren't buttons and faders great?
It just might sound weird.
There you go.
Because I think about it.
There you go.
And I didn't even realize.
I'm telling y'all, faders and buttons are great. They're fantastic. I mean, you know, we can press buttons.
We can press buttons just like this all night. Or if you know the little small robot voice. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Sound like Soundwave from the Transformers. Rumble, Ravage, Eject.
But nah, man. But nah, man.
Should be supervised where we have buttons we can push.
Yes, we need to be supervised with these damn buttons. We need to be supervised with these damn buttons. I need a handler. Hey.
And respect to Rode for the quality of the equipment that they put out. I know you've got the Pro 2, I've got the Caster Duo, and worth every penny.
Oh, yeah. Both of them are. Mm-hmm. And you know what happened to me today before we get started?
What?
I just wanted, I want a piece of audio gear. As a matter of fact, I got the
What?
email today. I won, and I already gave him my address. Let me pull that up real fast. There we go. I won. I have won an Audio Engine D1 digital to analog converter and a Rolling Stones MTV flag.
There you go.
I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with the Rolling Stone flag, but I'm gonna take that audio converter though.
You can send that flag to me. You know why?
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I still had that flag. I'm just excited about getting it converted.
I feel you.
Oh man. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the seventh inning stretch. Get everybody caught up on baseball. Here we go.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name, check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain, I ingest, I retain, assess and I change, possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints.
All right. Go ahead and catch up on the world of baseball, my friend.
So we are now into the championship series for both the National League and the American League. We have the Rangers and the Astros facing off in the ALCS for the chance to go to the World Series representing the American League, and the D-backs and the Phillies squaring off to go to the World Series for the NL, for the National League.
Let me ask you a question. Were you shocked the Braves lost?
No. And as much as I love that lineup, they lack the dominance they need to have in pitching. I love Spencer Strider. He's my boy. I'm going to be a Spencer Strider regardless of what team he's on, unless it's the Yankees. Until I'm a Spencer Strider fan.
Right.
Like, I have morals though. I can't cheer for anybody on the Yankees. Like, that's just not just because I'm a Sox fan, but also because Dan is a Yankees fan, and anything that makes Dan happy causes me physical pain. So for me, it's very simply they need more depth at pitching, not just as starters, but also in the bullpen.
Right.
However, the issue that they're going to run into is a lot of teams need pitching. Pitching is going to come at a very high premium this offseason because everybody's going to be looking for it. Well, almost everybody's going to be looking for it. You're going to see even guys that are close to being ready in farm systems going at a higher premium because of the hope that they're going to be ready to come up in August or September
Right.
for the playoff push. Especially even on the Red Sox, a guy I've actually developed a little bit of a Twitter friendship with, pitcher for in the Red Sox farm system, Christopher Troy.
Okay.
Absolutely amazing guy. Already very well liked by the fans that know who he is. Has a importance with what he talks about on his platform with mental health, which is obviously something I'm going to support regardless.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he's an amazing pitcher. There's a realistic chance that by next fall, he will be ready to pitch at the major league level. And it's not just because of his ability now on the field, but because of his ability to self-develop and improve every outing.
Right.
He had a horrible outing in June of last year at AA, and it took his ERA for the season to north of 9. He finished with an ERA of just above 4.
Okay.
He corrects his mistakes. And so you're going to see pitchers like that all over the league that are going to have a higher premium because of that.
Right.
Teams will thrive with that kind of energy in the clubhouse. That kind of energy is infectious. So we'll have to wait and see. But my prediction is it's going to be the opposite of last year. Last offseason, hitting went at a premium. We saw a bunch of big contracts that were all hitters. It's going to be pitchers with that next year, or with, excuse me, this offseason. You look at guys like there's a couple of pitchers on the Rangers that are going to be up for contracts, and the Rangers are now up 2-0 in the series on the Astros. And
that'd be weird if Texas get that. It's just weird to me if they get that victory. If they win that series.
Honestly, not to me. Because the Rangers have gotten hot at the exact right spot. And they ran that division, the AL West, that they share with the Astros for most of the year. They had some struggles near the end of the season that kind of pushed them back down, and why the Stros won the division. But the Rangers have been consistently talented for most of the season. You don't win 90 games in a Major League Baseball season unless you've got some talent on your team. And then you look at the fact that the Rangers pitching is locking in at the right time. That is a formula for success. You look at situations like on the Astros, Altuve has only gotten, I think, one hit in the postseason. Yeah, one hit in the postseason with a couple of walks. And that's when you have your top hitters like that aren't performing, you're going to struggle. And this Rangers team is ready to pounce. Texas is now, like I said, the Astros are down in the series 0-2. They have never come back down 0-2 in a playoff series. So it is going to be crucial for them to turn it on when they play again. See, today's Monday, they're off tomorrow. So Wednesday, they need to be lights out. The Rangers are going to get this series, because if you go down 3-0,
you're done. You're done.
You're not 2004 Red Sox.
Yeah, you're done.
Outside of the comparisons of Yordan Alvarez and David Ortiz through the same number of games at the start of their career in the postseason, there is some comparison with those two, but there is nothing else about that Astros roster compares to the talent that was on the 2004 Red Sox team, which is the only team in playoff history across all professional sports to come back down 3-0.
Right. Let me ask you this. Who's your prediction for the World Series?
Even though the D-backs are down against the Phillies right now in game 1, 5-3, bottom of the 7th, I still like D-backs Rangers for the World Series. The Phillies have the talent to prove me wrong, and that is the spot where I think I will be wrong, is out of that matchup. But whoever wins out of that matchup will win the World Series. I will say that.
Wow.
Because the Astros, I don't think the Astros come back in the series. I think they could stretch it to 5 or 6 games, but the Astros aren't coming back in the series winning. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Right. All right, let's go ahead and switch gears for a little bit here.
A couple other things.
Sure, go ahead.
Really quick. So, Kim Ng, the GM for the Marlins, has turned down her part of the mutual option in her contract with the Marlins and is no longer the GM of the Florida Marlins. The Boston Red Sox are looking heavily at her.
Okay.
So there is a pretty strong chance that we see Kim Ng as the manager of the Reds, as the GM of the Red Sox, start of the training camp. And then the other thing, the San Francisco Giants announced, it was either yesterday or Saturday, that they interviewed their female assistant coach, Alyssa Nacken, for their head coaching position.
Okay.
She is the first female that has been interviewed for an MLB head coaching position.
Wow.
So first
Times
of
are-
all,
times are changing.
congratulations to her.
Yeah, times are changing, that for sure.
She's been with the Giants organization since 2020. She is well liked and well respected in that clubhouse.
Yes.
They wouldn't have interviewed her unless they had a reason. So all of the people that are criticizing the Giants organization for this interview are completely disrespecting all of the work that Alyssa has done up to this point.
Yeah.
And I have to say, as somebody that played baseball, knows what some of those guys are like. We all know that some athletes are just a guy's guy. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
If
Oh, yeah.
you're a woman working in that organization, you have to earn their respect
You do.
more than a male.
Yep.
And so, and it's the whole lack of experience in doing what they do deal at the professional MLB level, coupled with the fact that she's a woman. So yeah, and there are a lot of individuals that will discount her because of that. But the truth of the matter is, she would not have lasted as long in this clubhouse if she wasn't good at her job. The
Right.
Giants would not have interviewed her for the position. Not good at her job.
Exactly. You're
I
right.
think she's
You're
going to
right.
get it this time. No, I think she needs more experience managing at a pro level. I think it would be a good idea to move her up and give her another increase in position to show that she can handle more responsibility. But the reason that I don't think she's ready is because she's only got 3 years of experience working as a
Ooh.
manager in the major leagues. And I wouldn't want anybody with that low level of experience in a head
Right.
coach role, especially for an organization like the Giants that's
Right.
primed for another postseason push next season.
Yeah.
So, and that's my reasons for not thinking she's right for the position have nothing to do with the fact that she's a woman and have everything to do with the fact that when I look at the standards that I would have for anybody that's going to take that kind of a position, she doesn't meet them yet.
Right.
And again, I'm saying yet because I do believe she has the ability at some point, whether it's with the Giants organization or another MLB organization in the
She's
future,
gonna do it.
she has the ability to take that mantle at some point and be successful. But she's still got some stuff to learn, just like anybody would with that low level of experience.
Yeah.
The thing that I would say that is going to work into her favor is the fact that she does have a high level of respect in that clubhouse. And so you can move her up. And as word continues to travel around the league through players, because players talk about what their managers are like,
Oh yeah.
the fact that she has a good reputation is going to be crucial because as other players come in and other players come up, everybody's going to get an understanding real quick of the vibe and the what they're actually getting into, because these guys that are going to have this "I'm not going to listen to my manager because she's a woman" mentality are going to need to be brought to reality very quickly.
Right.
And that's why I think experience is going to be crucial with her, is because she's got to learn multiple effective ways to do that, because not every player is going to respond to the same type of approach.
And that's hard.
Some of them
That's
you can
hard.
right. It is hard. And I respect her for sticking with it.
Mhm.
And again, not saying she can't do it, but I think the extra time to learn will be a huge benefit for her, and it will give her the ability to be that much more successful when
Okay.
she gets to that level.
Right. All right. The one thing I did want to go ahead and do is talk about a little football. Seven, you asked me about that Devontae Adams shit. I didn't see it. Was it that bad?
I'm going to get a video.
Okay. Because I haven't seen it. While you're doing that, we had a game. We had a couple of undefeated teams go down yesterday. The first one where the Browns beat the San Francisco 49ers 19-17. Those boys lost Debo and Christian McCaffrey yesterday. So that's going to be, hopefully it's a minor injury for Christian McCaffrey. Hopefully we'll get one of his favorite receivers in Debo Samuel back soon. That's what I'm hoping. I got a game going on right now. The Chargers and Cowboys are tied up going into halftime. Well, actually, going into the end of the third quarter. And it's 10-10. 10-10 so far.
From what I've seen of that game, Brandon Staley and Mike McCarthy are having a competition for who can make the dumber fucking play calls.
Damn.
The two worst play callers in the league,
Yep.
by far.
Yep. Now you
I
know.
would not be surprised if this game ends at a tie because of both of their stupidity.
And
I-
now you know. And now you know that it was his quarterback all the time making him look good. And you know that. So
But now it makes me wonder if you bring back a better offensive-minded coach, what could you get out of Dak?
this is true.
It's clearly
This-
Mike McCarthy's the problem.
Yeah, that's got a touchdown tonight, a rushing TD.
He did. It's his first rushing touchdown of the season in week 6. For a quarterback like Dak that is more mobile,
Mhm.
that's a very shocking number,
Yeah, it is.
especially with how much they have run the ball.
Yep.
But when you don't have consistent performance on offense, you're not going to get any kind of consistent results that you would have expected in the past.
True. We also had some more injuries yesterday. Justin Fields hurt himself yesterday. Hopefully he'll come back strong. That's what I'm hoping anyways. And players who rebounded yesterday, Ramondre Stevenson bounced back yesterday. You saw Joe Burrow come back and have another good game against the Seahawks. You saw the Bears actually get beat by the Minnesota Vikings 19-13. So even with many weapons, they can still do it. Minnesota can still do it. And Chicago, ooh, without Justin Fields, they ain't about nothing. Here we go.
All right. Bro, like,
Let's go. Here we go. Oh.
and look, he just gets right back up. Look at this hit.
Oh, good Lord.
Just lit him up. And that hit generated an interception, too.
Damn.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Let's go over some of these scores real quick. Kind of bounce around here a little bit. We probably won't do the whole thing, but we'll bounce around and talk about some of these. KC gets the win against the Denver Broncos. Are they going to play defensive or oriented football and not worry about the offense for once? Is pull off play action?
I hope not. We need our offense to get going. It's legitimately frustrating for me as a Chiefs fan, and I know how spoiled that makes me sound because offense has been not the problem for the last 5 years.
Right.
It's always been the defense. Well, that defense is finally firing on all cylinders. So now the offense is out of whack. And I actually have a theory on where the problem lies.
What's the theory?
Well, I think the problem has a name, and his name rhymes with Fat Saggy. I'll take it. How often do you see offensive play calling as a legitimate issue on Andy Reid team? You don't.
You
when
don't.
Andy's calling
You
the fucking
don't.
plays.
You really don't.
But Matt Nagy is calling the plays.
Yeah. That's crazy. You ain't let B&B do it. Strictly on his own.
Call a lot of plays. There were people that thought he didn't, but most of the Super Bowl season was called by Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah. You might be right about that.
And
yeah,
it's our wide receiving core needs to get in sync with our quarterback, and Matt Nagy needs to pull his head out of his ass.
agreed. Got tired of Nagy, man. How did he get there anyway?
He has a job. I don't know
How did
why we brought him back.
I'm about to ask you, how did he get back over there?
I don't understand it. Yes, he did some great things when he was in Kansas City before. But clearly, he can't call plays. He showed that in Chicago. So if you're going to bring him back to Kansas City, why is he allowed to call plays?
Right. And he shouldn't be. And he
His
shouldn't
job
be.
should be to bring Andy Reid cheeseburgers. That's the only thing he needs to do during the game. Just go get Andy another fucking cheeseburger. That's it. He wants some nuggies? You better drive your big ass to Wendy's and
Don't
go
do
get.
that to Andy, man.
No, I'm saying give Andy what he wants.
Oh, give him what he wants. Okay,
Get him
okay,
his
okay. Okay. I'm about to say, man, don't do my boy Andy like that, nah.
Oh, I love Andy Reid. I'd
Andy's
love to
cool.
sit down and have a burger with that man.
Andy's
He'd
cool.
probably teach me a thing or two about life in the process.
Yep. Andy's cool. Another team I want to go over real quick. The Baltimore Ravens defeated the Tennessee Titans 24-16. I got a question. That defensive secondary ain't the best for the Tennessee Titans. But Lamar only gives you 3 touchdowns,
Well, he only passed for one.
and it gives you that I
And
don't
he's
get it.
pick.
And I know he threw a pick.
Lamar, and here's the other issue. And we're getting back to the same problems that the Ravens have had for the last years and why they have not truly been a competitive team. Lamar Jackson led the team in rushing with 13 carries and 62 yards. Gus Edwards had 16 carries, 16 carries and only 41 yards. Meanwhile, Derrick Henry, the actual talented running back that was on the field yesterday, had 12 carries for 97 yards.
Yep. That's right. I got Derrick Henry on one of my fantasy teams. That's why I played that.
Oh, okay. You cannot. And look at the Ravens. Look at Lamar's passing. 21 of 30, 223. 1 tutty, 1 pick. And he was only sacked 1 time.
Right.
If he was only sacked 1 time, what the hell?
Yep.
This should have been a blowout.
Yep.
Lamar should have had at least another passing touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And he should not have been leading the team in rushing yards. They got the W, so it is what it is. But this is not a formula for success if you're the Baltimore Ravens.
That running game's a mess in Baltimore. It's a mess in Baltimore.
And it's not like the receiving game is that much better.
Right. I mean, the past couple of weeks, Zay Flowers has been your best receiver. Past couple of weeks. Odell hasn't done nothing since he's been back. And Rashawn Bateman is like, I know some people are giving up on him. I know some people haven't because there's potential. But that whole offensively, that team is a mess. And they need somewhat of an identity. If you're gonna run the football, run the football. If you're gonna pass the football, pass the football. Mark Andrews is another dude, and I'm starting to worry about just a little bit. I'm starting to worry about him too, somewhat. Because he's been the target hog in recent history, and now all of a sudden he's not really the target hog anymore.
Well, even though he wasn't the target hog yesterday,
Still
He
did
still
good.
had the most receiving yards on their team.
Oh yeah.
If the Ravens are trying to do with Mark Andrews what Kansas City does with Travis Kelce, they're destined for failure. Mark Andrews is not Travis Kelce.
No. Hell no.
Mark Andrews is not even George Kittle.
Hell no.
You should not be relying on a. I'll
He's a
give
good
him
athlete.
top 10, but I can't give him top 5 tight end.
He's a good athlete though.
He is a good athlete. He's
Yeah,
a
I'll give
talent,
him that. Yeah.
but you should not be relying on him for your offense. They need to establish and consistently use that run game and get all of their receivers
Right.
consistent targets. They have the talent,
Mm-hmm.
and it's making me wonder if Harbaugh isn't a problem now.
Could be. He might not know to do. He might not know what to do about all those toys.
Exactly. He's not Andy Reid. He's not Kyle Shanahan. His schemes are not that deep.
Nope.
But
We'll see
Harbaugh
what
got
they
to do
do.
something, because if this is a scheme issue, they are wasting the prime of Lamar Jackson in the worst way.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, as I skip over to another game, what do you do to stop the Miami Dolphins? 42 points yesterday.
Mhm.
42 points. Raheem Mostert was on a tear yesterday.
Tyreek Hill is on pace to beat Megatron's single-season receiving yards record.
Yep. This is true.
He only needs to average just over 100 yards a game for the rest of the season to break it now.
Mm-hmm. Also,
we're seeing that get broken.
Yeah. We also had another undefeated team go down yesterday. The Philadelphia Eagles go down to the New York Jets 20-14. Oh my goodness.
Jaden Hurts threw 3 picks.
And then the Sunday night game.
That Jets defense is no joke.
The defense is good. That Jets defense is good. In the Sunday night game, Buffalo defeats the New York Football Giants 14-9. And on Monday Night Football, we have a barn burner going on. We got the Dallas Cowboys. I repeat, the Dallas Cowboys. And the San Diego Chargers meeting up. It's tied at 10.
I want to say something about the end of the Bills-Giants game.
What?
So, tail end of the Bills-Giants game, there was a pass interference on Buffalo that would have put the Giants at the 1-yard line because it happened in the end zone, or as they're getting to the end zone. So they would have been right there. That was not called. But you don't see a whole lot of people throwing fits today about the fact that the Giants the Giants lost last night because of, in part, again, I know that one call isn't always a thing,
right?
But the Giants lost in part because of that lack of a call. That absolutely was pass interference. It absolutely should have been called. And the only reason that we don't see more people complaining about the no call today in sports talk was because it didn't benefit Patrick Mahomes. It benefited Josh Allen.
Yep.
The pretty white boy who can't fucking play.
Damn, man.
But we're going to sit here and we're still going to hear throughout the rest of this season people bitching and pissing and moaning.
Why you call him the ultimate white boy?
Am I wrong?
You ain't wrong.
You serious?
You ain't wrong, though. You ain't wrong.
White quarterback is Jimmy Garoppolo.
You ain't lying, though, for real. You are not lying. You are not lying. That's I wish people would stop so much taking Josh and making him more than what he is. He's not better than Mahomes. He's not better than Burrow. I can make a case he's not better than Jalen Hurts.
He's not.
He's a big, strong dude that can run.
Is he a talented quarterback? Yes.
Yeah.
But he's not elite.
No.
And there are going to be a lot of people that get mad at me for saying that. And I know Bills Mafia is going to be leading the charge on that.
Why don't you go to Buffalo? You'll be all right.
I
Why don't you
have
go to Buffalo? You'll be all right.
to go to Buffalo. I don't know why anybody goes to Buffalo. That city smells like steel and ball sweat.
I've
Nobody.
never been there.
I've talked to a couple of people that have been there, and they both described it virtually the same way. It smelled like hot steel and ball sweat.
Damn. I sound like Bookie T. Damn. Oh, Shuggy Duggy, quack, quack. But one more game I want to talk about, and then we'll roll on out of here for the night. Is it just me, or are the Atlanta Falcons actually playing from inspired football this year?
Well, I mean, Kyle Pitts finally scored an NFL touchdown on American soil.
Yep. They played well yesterday was weird because you got the Browns beating the 49ers. And again, props up to that defense. That is a strong, powerful defense. Same thing with the Jets. We just talked about it. And then you had the Commanders get a win over the Falcons. It was just weird yesterday. A little bit weird to me yesterday that happened.
It's hard for me to take the Falcons seriously.
Right.
Because they don't know how to use their best weapons. We should not just now be talking about Kyle Pitts scoring a touchdown on U.S. soil.
Exactly.
That should not be a thing.
Yep.
They do not know how to use their weapons. There's talent on that team.
Man, you better come down here, and there's plenty of talent on that team. Man, they better come. They better get somebody in there, quarterback for Desmond Ridder. I know that's Eric.
They've got Taylor Heinicke right behind Desmond Ridder. At some point, you've got to switch to him because Taylor Heinicke can win football games.
He can. He's showing that he can do that. He's showing that he can do
He's
that.
shown multiple times.
Because I don't understand. Because I looked at Ridder yesterday. He threw 2 balls that should have been intercepted. At least 2 that should have been intercepted.
Desmond Ridder is a prime example of why I don't like starting rookie quarterbacks.
Feel you. Cowboys are up on the LA Chargers 17-10. Dak has 2 total touchdowns on the evening. He's 18 for 24, 238 yards, and 1 TD. He also has 4 carries for 33 yards and 1 touchdown. That looks like he's trying to take this and run with it.
Ando?
What's that, Ando? He looks like he's trying to run it. So we'll see what he does.
He has the talent to.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Yeah. And that's why I question how much of Dak's issues are because of Mike McCarthy's coaching. I'm not saying all of them are Mike McCarthy's fault.
That play calling sucks, though. I wish players would have more faith in themselves when a bad play is called and they know it's a bad play. This audible all of it. It may make your OC bad, but okay, at least you score it.
And that takes a certain type of person that you don't see very often.
Right.
I'll use Peyton Manning as a prime example. Nobody ran their offense like Peyton Manning.
True.
But if every quarterback ran their offense like Peyton Manning, this game would be ridiculous.
It would be.
It would be more like a chess match than it is now.
Right.
Because you have your DC calling a play, OC calling a play. Quarterback calls a play in the huddle. They get to line. Quarterback makes the adjustments. The defensive captain that's on the field is pointing and making adjustments as well.
Yep.
You would see a lot more football
than you do now. Yeah.
Because it would be harder to play mismatches.
Now, let me ask you this. Do you think the NFL needs to continue these Europe games?
I don't know. And
it's tough because they draw.
they do.
I
But
just don't know if it's this. I don't know if it's meeting the effect though that the NFL wants.
I don't think it is. I think that the issue with putting, because I know that the NFL would ideally like to put teams in London, one in
Which I don't
Germany.
get. Which I don't get because that's a hell of a plane ride from most NFL cities.
Exactly. Imagine the Arizona Cardinals having to go to London.
That's a long drive, long plane ride, long everything. No,
Imagine
No,
Arizona
wouldn't do
has
it.
to play the London Knights on Thursday night,
You
and
said
they
that,
play
man.
on Sunday.
Right. Short turnaround.
You don't even get time to watch film. You're
Nope.
probably watching film on your 24-hour plane ride,
Mm-hmm.
12-hour plane ride, or 18, whatever it is, from Phoenix to London.
And and again, that's just tough. I mean, you better have a switch, a battery pack, something to keep yourself going. Because 24 hours, that's a bitch. That's a bitch. One more game I did want to talk about. See if I can find it. All right. The Jacksonville Jaguars game. Jacksonville defeated the Indianapolis Colts 47-30. I thought Gardner Minshew might get some revenge in this game, but he didn't. He threw like 2 touchdowns and 3 picks. I thought he might get a little measure of revenge against his former team, but he didn't.
And I think that's the reason why Gardner Minshew is not a starter on a team,
Right.
except for in cases of injury. Because he does have talent,
Hmm.
but his clutch gene is unreliable.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Some of his stuff,
To have, sorry, go ahead.
some of his stuff yesterday, just most of his stuff just looked damn well ugly. Looked like dog water out there. But most analysts are willing to accept it because of who's on his team. You got Michael Pittman on his team. You got you got your receiver over there, and Josh Downs, and people are loving those guys. They don't care if Minshew throws an interception here or there, just as long as those guys stay productive.
Yeah. And, you were talking earlier about the Saints having to face the Jags next week. Trevor Lawrence got injured in that game.
Yeah.
And that could be a huge blow to the Jags.
Yeah.
Really.
I used to I love my Saints, don't get me wrong. But when I saw the Jags and how the Jags were playing, even though they were playing losing football at the time, they're really turning around and really starting to play better.
Absolutely.
Really starting to play better. Oh, all right, my friend. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. Hold on. Okay, Herbert passes to the right to Keenan Allen to the LA Chargers 39 for 23 yards. Let me see what he's doing.
He's trying.
He's trying. He's at 19 to 31 for 201 yards and 1 touchdown. That's the defense, though.
It is.
Even without.
And yeah, no, are slipping all over the field. Turf is an issue. They actually talked about it on New Heights. And they both were very clear about the fact that they hated playing on turf.
I forgot. They were talking about that on that podcast.
It's
Did you see it yesterday?
I'm conflicted with it.
Did you see it yesterday? Old boy had his wife on with him. And I've never seen his wife before.
Oh, the episode with Kylie Kelsey.
Yeah.
I think that was part of the season. But yeah,
Okay.
she's great. She's great.
I've never seen her before, but she talks well and
Oh, yeah.
everything. All right, you guys. Let's go ahead and go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I'm conflicted about the turf, and I'll tell you why. So I've talked about the fact that I used to have season tickets for the Arizona Rattlers, the arena football team here in Phoenix, coached at that point by Danny White, Hall of Fame, not Hall of Famer, but former Dallas Cowboys player. And obviously, with arena football, it's on turf.
Yep.
It's indoor.
Yep.
50-yard indoor war. And the game is faster, I think, partially because they're all on turf.
Right.
But in my experience, I did not see the frequency of open field injuries in arena football. We see it in the NFL. So I don't know if it's just because it's that much faster of a game, that much bigger of a guy, so you've got that much more weight causing all of those issues and all of that.
Right.
But I'm conflicted about it. But at the same time, I can understand if players are saying, "Hey, this is a problem." I'm one where I almost always side with the players, so I'm going to be like, "Okay, clearly it's a problem."
Right.
If they're there, I'm not.
Right. They see it, smell it, feel it. Yep. And gotta deal with the injury from it. So yeah. It is a pretty material. It is pretty though. I ain't gonna see it in front. All right. That's good. All right, my friend. Unless you got something else, that's gonna do it for us tonight, my friend. Unless you got something else.
I thought there was something else I wanted to talk about. Oh. No, that wasn't it.
They come to you.
I think I'm good. I'm just gonna wrap up the episode like this.
Hold on.
All right, everybody. I want to say thank you for joining us here on the Sports Report podcast. We do appreciate you guys coming through. I sound like Optimus Prime. Autobots. Roll out. Oh, hell yeah, I do.
Have a good
But
night.
be sure to join us next week. As hopefully we have Dan and Erica with us. Who will come back from the planet Cybertron and do a show all over again. We get you celebrate NFL, MLB, and hopefully get some NBA preseason action in with Dan. So, with that being said,
thank you for everybody for joining us tonight. We do appreciate it. This show is going off the rails, man. Leave me alone. Oh my goodness. But for real, Seven, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you as always. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this puppy up and get on out here for the night. Let me see. Let me hit this. All right, everybody. Good night. Have a good week, safe week, and we'll see you next week right here. Sports Report Podcast. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m.
Central.
It's 9 p.m. Central. I'm about to say CST.